Ka-chow. What's up, guys? Jeff here, and today is Sunday, so you know what that means. One Take Sunday. That's where we take you on a tour of the store, and we talk about some of the things that have happened this week, and we do it in one take fashion. So if we make mistakes, we lives with it. And I do have some news for you guys. This is going to be the last One Take Sunday, and if you want to stay up to date on everything that we're doing here at the store, what I would recommend you do is jump over to the Corals Unlimited YouTube channel and sign up over there. Hit that subscribe button so you can be in the know, do the bell thing, and yeah, we're going to be doing the One Take Sundays over there going forward. Mad Hatter's Reef is going to go back to basics. It's going to go back to doing some tank builds and doing some top 10s and that sort of thing. So there's going to be a little bit of separation between Corals Unlimited and Mad Hatter's Reef. So let's take a look at some of the freshwater stuff. How to kick things off. So lots of freshwater tanks going. Still got a little bit of a algae bloom that will not quit in that tank right there. But yeah, we got some plants, we got some fish. Love me some black neons, some grommies. What else have we got in here of interest? We got some red jeweled cichlid, not jeweled, jewel, violar. But yeah, the fish on the freshwater side of things have been doing okay for the most part. I wish I was moving more freshwater fish than I actually am here at the store, just because I'd be able to get more stuff in, some different stuff in from time to time. But you know, it's fun to have fish every once in a while, something new, kind of mix things up. The jewel cichlids, you know, that little something new. By the way, that is not how to keep them. They obviously need a bigger tank. They're a good size cichlid, and these guys will get crazy red with the blue, and they're pretty gorgeous fish. Having this many in this small of a tank is not recommended, and definitely only do that if you know what you're doing. So I know what I'm doing, so you know, so humble. All right, this tank's looking good minus the water on there. I like some of these angels that we got going on. Pretty cool. Very yellow right now. It's not usually that yellow. But plants are doing alright in here. They're throwing a bunch of runners, trying to grow real good. I'm having a hard time with the Java moss. Not Java moss, Java fern. I'm so sorry. Lots of neons. We got some swords. A couple of pregnant ladies in there. Some cardinals. Oh, balloon molly. Yeah, so that's a quick little tour of the freshwater stuff that we got going on. As far as the corals go, you know, we moved some corals here at Corals Unlimited. Who knew? I definitely would like to beef up the $25 bin. Get some more stuff going in here. I'm probably going to frag some of the stuff that's in here right now. Just because some of the zoanthic colonies that I've had are pretty much since I've opened are starting to, you know, almost overrun the disc, and I think that, you know, they could be fragged and kind of have a little bit more variety in there. Over here, this is kind of where the bigger stuff likes to play. This tank's doing pretty well. It's absolutely loaded. I probably could barely put any more corals in here if I wanted. I'm probably going to do a very small order of corals this coming week. I'd like to get some new recordias in here. But definitely got some decent corals for your coral loving faces. That double-headed scully is phenomenal. We have a master scully right there, and we got this crazy blue dude right there. It's pretty cool stuff. Got a new trachea in, throwing some crazy colors. We had a customer bring in these toxic neon green hammers. They look pretty good. Some nice torches. You know how it goes. But this tank's pretty much loaded. Pretty much loaded. We got the mushroom box of fun. And this is really, I'd like, you know, that $60 section be a little bit more filled up. $30 section, that's towards front up in here. Got a little bit more filled. Definitely some more corals in the $25 bin. But you know, these two tanks right here are pretty much filled. And you know, it's time to start expanding. And we lost this tank back here for a long time. You guys kind of saw very quickly some of the pondage that we had going on here. It's a little dirty, needs to be a little cleaned up, but the UV sterilizer definitely did the trick and cleared up the water in here pretty good. But I like to give this guy a good bath this week and potentially start moving some corals down here. Because really this system is probably, outside of, you know, not having as much flow as those two systems, this really should be like my, you know, my high-end, super clean water, even though that it's dirty. Whatever, it is what it is. And I think another plan that we need to start doing too is figuring out something to do with this rock bin. This rock bin, you know, the idea was to be able to have seeded rock, which is good. You know, some folks really appreciate that, but it doesn't move the way that I hoped it would. And this is a lot of real estate, so I think it's time to figure out something else to do with this system here. And you know, I think first things first, we need to fill this system up, get that loaded with coral so it looks like this guy over here. So people got more options, more corals to pick out, more to choose from. Get that one where it needs to be, and then convert this dude into a coral tank. And hopefully we can get that done before the end of the year. And I think my plan for the rocks is to throw some bins underneath here, get the freshwater rock out of there, and then run two systems for that rock underneath the stand, even though that I beefed the stand up for the support of the rock. But I think, you know, at some point that real estate, and you know, once I get the electrical kind of figured out, that this is going to make for a good coral tank, that one as well. And we get those two filled, and then, and only then, it'll be time for the water table to be right here in the middle. We've talked about the water table for years, and we have yet to even let it see water. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? And you know, about the same time I think that happens, this guy right here, hopefully being watertight, and hopefully you know, getting put on a stand and set up here in the front. I think that's going to be pretty amazing, you know, once you come through the door, to be greeted immediately by a 403 gallon tank. I think that's going to be pretty exceptional. It'll look pretty cool. And then, you know, you got your tank. It's going to extend, you know, like 3 or 4 inches on each side of the frag system. The stand that I'm building for that's a little bit lower, and I'm not 100% certain yet, but I think the sump for that 403 gallon is going to be underneath this frag system here. So lots to do, lots of things to do. We need to get some more aquariums in here. I'd like to add another fish holding system, and I'd like to figure out something for larger fish. I'll probably start grinding it out on the internet to figure that out, but got a little bit of maintenance to do. Things are looking a little dirty, but you know, it was a good week for the most part. We had some good sales. Yesterday, like, pretty much saved the week. Yesterday was a crazy busy day, and you know, I came in this morning, was getting things going. Sunday, you know, I got to sleep in a little bit, so Sundays are good for that. And I got here and started setting things up, and I turn around and look in the back, and the floodlight on the exit sign is on. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. And then walked in here and realized the phytoplankton light isn't on, and the tanks, the coral tanks that are back here, lights aren't on. And then realize I don't hear water, and I'm like, oh, what happened? So I go to the box, and I'm starting to flip breakers and trying to figure out what actually had transpired here. Still don't know. Right now the back is on 100% life support. We got extension cords running all over the place to get, you know, the tanks what they need. But yeah, I guess it's good that it happened while I was here. No ground fault indicator was tripped. The breakers seem to be okay. Not really 100% certain. I had a guy in here that's been shopping with us quite a bit lately. He is an electrician, and he was kind of taking a look at, and he's like, I wonder if there's some weird stuff going on here. So we have to get an electrician in here and figure out what's going on with that. So yeah, that's fun. But a lot of things going on here in the back. Nothing crazy. Got a couple purple tangs going on. We got what else have we got going on? We got some Antheus. This is the tub of fun right here. A couple of Antheus swimming around. I did have a bunch of fish in here, but they kind of got cleaned out this week. We got some barnacle blennies there. We got a Naso Tang and a Coral Beauty there. That whole deal got wiped out yesterday. I had a bunch of orders for customers. We got some fish chilling in here. This is tore up at the moment because there was a lot of franticness going on. The freshwater quarantine tanks are still holding on. And then we got some coral. Got some coral there in that tank. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm sharing you guys, you know, the realities of trying to take a unit in a strip mall and turn it into a fish store. Doesn't always work out the way that you hoped it would. And there's definitely some things from an electrical standpoint that need to be addressed. And I think I've gotten to the point where, you know, we were already going to put a sub panel in because we were going to give the 400 gallon its own circuit. We were going to give the water table its own circuit. And I was going to, there's a couple things I wanted to do out back. But I think now, with, you know, seeing what transpired this morning, that there's definitely some efforts that need to get geared up back there. I'd like to do a circuit for every wall and have 2 outlets on every wall. You know, one for the corals and phytoplankton, one for the wall that the saltwater quarantine system is on, and then one for the freshwater quarantine system, which eventually is probably going to get turned into saltwater because I have grammatically underestimated. You guys know I don't say things right. I have definitely underestimated the value of quarantining fish for folks. And that's kind of like my little niche right now. So, you know, we're doing special orders. We're quarantining fish for folks, and you know, it kind of limits the amount of fish that I have actually available for sale. But I had all those fish that are back there are pretty much sold already. So every time that I go and, you know, I think I'm ready to actually put some fish out front, they're already sold. I'm selling more fish out of the back really than I am the front. But yeah, folks, that's going to do it for this whole deal here on Mad Hatter's Reef. If you guys want to follow along with Corals Unlimited, there is going to be that channel available to you guys. We're going to do some things over there that are going to, you know, do some product reviews and that sort of thing there. So if you want to check out that, that's going to be available too. Then we're also going to do the one take Sundays there as well. And Mad Hatter's Reef is going to kind of get back to you know, tanks and builds and top 10s and that sort of thing. So I want to thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you want to stay up to date on the store and everything that has to do with the store, jump over to Corals Unlimited's YouTube channel. There'll be a link in the description. Make that easier for you. And go check that out and hit that subscribe button and the bell so you can be notified every single time that I upload a new video. Peace.